Blessings of grace to us all, gathered here on this splendid evening to celebrate and send forth the Union Commonwealth University, Union College, graduating class of 2024. Let us pray. We thank you, O God, for these graduating seniors, each a unique and cherished narrative written by your own hand. You have set them apart, destined for endeavors beyond our envisioning and nurtured by your profound imagination. We acknowledge these graduating seniors as your beloved creations, reflecting your image. Today is a day of profound gratitude and forward-looking hope, a pivotal moment to honor their past achievements and anticipate their future contributions. We stand confident in the promise that you, O God, have plans of hope and prosperity for each life here. May they embrace the boundless horizons that await them, guided by your light. Amen. Please remain standing as we sing together the hymn Holy, 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 which is printed on the back of our programs.
Oh my goodness. Good evening, Union College. It is my pleasure to welcome the students and the faculty and the staff and the parents and the friends, our trustees, to this baccalaureate service. This is a time for reflection, and it's a time to proclaim your gratitude for reaching this education milestone. It's a time to recognize those who have supported you and influenced you throughout your journey. Gratitude is powerful. It lifts the spirit. To recognize a gift is one thing, but to truly be thankful and to express that gratitude is just good for your soul. I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to witness your journey with Union. I know you will represent us well as you go out in the world. I know you're going to do great work. I look forward to conferring your degrees tomorrow, and I wish you every good thing in life. Thank you.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker this evening. Reverend Thom Brown is a native Eastern Kentuckian from Paintsville, Kentucky. He holds a bachelor's degree in art from Eastern Kentucky University and a Master of Divinity from Asbury Theological Seminary. Reverend Brown is an elder in the Full Connection in the United Methodist Church and has served across the Kentucky Annual Conference. He specializes in leadership studies, and additionally, he holds an executive certificate in servant leadership from Gonzaga University. Reverend Brown is currently the pastor of Barbourville First United Methodist Church and is overjoyed to be serving in this community. Please join me this evening welcoming Reverend Brown.
I don't normally get a round of applause. This is a nice change of pace. Friends, this evening we're going to start with a reading from the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13. It's probably a passage some of you have heard before, but if it's new, I invite you to hear it. These are the words of the Apostle Paul. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have faith that can move mountains but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease, and where there are tongues, they can be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part and we prophesy in part, but when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put away the ways of childhood behind me. For now we see only a reflection as in a mirror, then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain, faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love. College is, in many ways, a place of relative security. It is a place where, for many of us, we encounter a first taste of independence outside of our childhood homes. College gives us enough freedom to explore, to discover more about ourselves and about the world around us, and to discern what is important for us. But it also comes with some built-in security. You've got professors and staff members there to help support and encourage you and to guide you in your discernment process. You've got an institution built around you and administrators such as these to help in the process of instilling important values for your future success. It is a place that gives us the opportunity to figure out who we are and how we will live in the world. The values that the circle represents here, celebration, integrity, responsibility, civility, learning, engagement, and spirituality, are all critical values, deeply important to forming the person, critically important to creating a whole person, and informing the way that a person will live in their everyday life. Here in college, you seniors have had the opportunity to discern what matters to you and how you will live your life, and you've had the opportunity to take in these virtues, to hear them repeated over and over again, to see them and witness them in action from the people that you are celebrating today as you come to complete the circle. But the next step is perhaps the scariest one. The next step is to leave this place and go into the world where you don't always have the same built-in support that you might be used to. For college gives us an opportunity, a place of relative security, but the real world, the world outside, doesn't always give us that promise. That's why you have heard so much about these virtues. These virtues will carry you into life and give you the best opportunity to flourish in your life by holding close to the values espoused here, these virtues of celebration, integrity, responsibility, civility, learning, engagement, and spirituality. You are set up for success. However, Paul reminds us that virtue in and of itself is not sufficient. Virtue in and of itself does not create a whole being. What Paul reminds us is that it is love that is the means by which virtue becomes interwoven into our very being. Love is the mechanism by which virtue becomes real in our lives. Love. For Paul, that love is expressed through our care for our neighbor. It is expressed through our loving actions which help provide for, aid, support, and encourage our neighbors, no matter who they are, whether they're the neighbor sitting next to you or maybe in your future job, your desk mate right across the desk from you. Love is not easy. Love requires action. It is not something you can trip and do. It takes intent. It takes desire. It takes a willingness to step out of oneself and put love into action. But Paul reminds us, if we take love and interweave it into our very being, if we take love and make it our foremost action, then these virtues that we have espoused, they become real in one's life. They become the reaction. They become the way in which the world sees you. And your challenge, graduating seniors, and also everyone who's gathered here with us today, is to take the virtues of the circle and integrate them with love for God and love for neighbor. Let them mingle, let them move together and merge into one piece. And let that piece be your guiding beacon as you move through life. Start with love of God and love of neighbor, and these virtues will follow behind, integrated into the single keystone that is love. And so, friends, without it, those virtues that we are celebrating, they're just empty shadows and words on the page. If we interweave them with love, they become real. And then our actions demonstrate a deeper connection to our core identity. Our core identity formed and shaped, perhaps, by our time spent here at Union College, or Union Commonwealth University now. Friends, I invite you to go from this place and to hear the stories that you're about to hear. I invite you to see in them the weaving of love, the weaving of putting self second and others first, a selfless, sacrificial love demonstrated by Christ and demonstrated by the life of the church. So, friends, go from this place. Go from this place seeking to let love be the first thing that drives you, letting love be the keystone that brings together all the aspects of virtue in your life. That every word you say and action you take would be first and foremost informed by love leading virtue. Go in peace.
Hi. All right, so I'm starting first with celebration, which is the first C of circles. Within our value, it begins with celebration. Celebration means to do something special or celebrate who we are, what we value, and what we believe in the most. There are many celebrations and milestones throughout our lifetime. Celebration looks different for everyone. It can mean that you accomplished your goal in life, like graduating, applying for grad school, or a job, maybe even being the first person in your family to graduate from college. You could be celebrating today because someone told you wouldn't make it to this moment, or that you couldn't do it. No matter what goes on in our lives, we should always celebrate the moments that matter the most. It doesn't always have to be big or grand or even perfect, but it can be the little things like getting a good grade on a test that you studied for weeks, passing all your exams, winning a game, or even getting up out of the bed. Being able to celebrate all accomplishments in our school and community is a blessing. Here at Union, we recognize and celebrate all things, big or small. If no one has told you today, I want to tell you that I am so proud of you for making it this far, and I hope the best for each and every one of you. Whether it took you 2 years, 4 years, or longer to graduate from college, that's okay, and it's an accomplishment to be proud of. Some people never make it to this moment. So the person sitting next to you, I want you to tell them how proud you are of them, and I want to say a huge congratulations to the class of 2024. Let's celebrate.
How y'all doing? Today I stand before you today to speak about a value that is fundamental to our character and society: integrity. Integrity is the backbone of our moral compass, guiding us in the choices we make and the actions we take. It is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles even when no one is watching. In a world where shortcuts are often tempting and moral lines can easily blur, integrity serves as our guiding light. It means standing true to our values even in the face of adversity. It means being accountable for our actions and taking responsibility for our mistakes. Integrity builds trust. When we demonstrate integrity, we earn the respect and confidence of those around us, whether in our relationships, our professional endeavors, or our communities. Integrity is the currency of trust that fosters meaningful connections and collaborations. But integrity is not just about doing the right thing when it's easy. It's also about doing the right thing when it's hard. It requires courage to stand up for what is right, even when unpopular or inconvenient. It means standing firm in the face of temptation and resisting the allure of dishonesty. Integrity breeds authenticity. When we live with integrity, we are true to ourselves and others. We don't wear masks or hide behind fake facades. Instead, we embrace our values and principles, allowing them to shape our worlds and deeds. Let us remember that integrity is not a destination, but a journey. A lifelong commitment to honesty, firmness, righteousness. It requires constant vigilance and self-reflection as we navigate the complexities of life. So let us strive to be people of integrity, for it is through our integrity that we leave a lasting impact on the world around us. Thank you.
Hola, buenas tardes. Soy Carlos. Oh, sorry. Good evening, everyone. Here we are in our baccalaureate ceremony. It's a moment of reflection, celebration, and expectation. Today, we're not just marking the end of one chapter, but the beginning of another one. The journey of adulthood and responsibility. Responsibility is a word loaded with meaning, carrying the weight of accountability, integrity, and ownership. We are reminded that we are the architects of our destinies, responsible not only for our own success, but also for our failures. Responsibility is not merely a personal attribute. It's a key element of our existence as global citizens. In a world interconnected by technology, commerce, and communication, our actions reach far beyond our immediate surroundings. Every choice we make, every decision we take, echoes across borders, cultures, and generations. Taking responsibility for our own success means facing the journey with grit, determination, and resilience. It's about acknowledging that success is not merely the destination, but the culmination of countless small steps, failures, and lessons learned along the way. It's about understanding that obstacles are not barriers, but stepping stones pushing us towards our dreams. Equally important is our responsibility for our failures. It's easy to enjoy the glory of success, but it takes courage to confront our failures, to admit our mistakes, and to learn from them. Failure is not a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of humanity, reminding us that growth often comes from adversity. For ending, let us understand the greatness of responsibility with humility, courage, and compassion. Let us seek for excellence, not just for ourselves, but for the benefit of humanity. Let us remember that our actions today shape the world of tomorrow, and that true success lies not in what we achieve for ourselves in college, rather in what we contribute to the union and the Commonwealth of everyone. Thank you.
My name is William Webb, and I'll be speaking about civility. At face value, civility might seem like a given, like something each of us do because that's the way we're supposed to act. Civility is more than that. It's a choice, an important choice that each of us make every single day. It is to choose compassion over indignation, tolerance over annoyance, gratitude over entitlement. Civility casts aside our differences as people in favor of progress. It allows us to find a path forward in both stressful, high-stakes situations, as well as simply passing each other in the hall. The act of acknowledging each other as people at the most basic level can make a simple, "How was your weekend?" the highlight of someone's week. Or it can make a difficult piece of critique easier to swallow. A simple gesture to recognize the personhood of those around you can open the door for opportunities that might not have previously been available. conversations you might have never had, or feedback that might not previously have been available can open themselves to you and allow people to speak their minds without fear of judgment or retaliation. Sometimes it's not easy to treat someone you don't like with courtesy. It's not easy to acknowledge that someone else might have had the right idea after all. And believe me, that one is really hard. But these are the choices that foster growth. And though they are not easy, choosing a path of civility is what drives us forward every day. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shelby. I'm going to be talking about lifelong learning. So, to put it simply, life is a continuous cycle of learning. At all stages of your life, you're learning from either those around you or your own individual experiences. This never-ending cycle allows us to evolve as individuals and continue improving. When we're in the process of growing up, we are learning from people we view as role models: our parents, our grandparents, our babysitter, or teachers, and trying out bits and pieces of the qualities we admire within them as we figure out who we are and who we want to be. For me personally, the biggest influence I had while growing up was my parents. I looked up to them for absolutely everything, and they are a huge part of the individual I grew into. When I came to Union, I used the lessons they taught me to navigate all the challenges of starting college during the COVID pandemic. As I met new friends and teammates and got to interact with different professors and coaches, I learned new things not just about the world, but about myself and the qualities that I admired in all of those I had met. So college is one of the biggest opportunities for figuring out which of these bits and pieces of our role models fit us and our goals for both the present as well as the future. For many of us, we are leaving college as a completely different person than how we came, mainly because we learned from those around us. Embracing lifelong learning is one of the most beneficial ways for us to continue to improve and better ourselves. No matter what, there's always going to be someone who is better than us in every aspect of our life. So by learning from that person, we are giving ourselves the opportunity to improve rather than just remaining stagnant. As we head on to further education or into the workforce, we will continue to learn new things that will build upon the foundation our past role models have built, while hopefully building and becoming role models for those after us.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Hey, let's start by giving our class of 2024 an applause. Hey! We right there, man. Y'all look tired. I'm gonna be a little short, though. I'm Malik McAlpine. I got engagement. Crazy, right? I've been chosen to speak about engagement. I want every single one of you guys to just appreciate the time you got here in college. Like, seriously. We got a chance to do a whole bunch of different things on this campus, me included. During COVID, I was stuck in my room just bored, tired, and bored again. As soon as I was allowed in my room, I just started trying things, walking around, meeting people, networking, just doing different things. Before I knew it, I was in like 5 different clubs. I don't even know I had time for all that. But I learned so many different things and met so many great people. I'm gonna leave you guys off with this. I challenge you all, when you leave this building, when you leave this place, try different things, get engaged, and make memories. Thank you, guys.
Hi, I'm David. I'm going to speak on spirituality. Here at Union, this campus encourages the quest for spirituality each and every single student. In my personal experience, between Spiritual Life, Baptist Campus Missions, and Fellowship of Christian Athletes, I have grown more spiritually in these last 4 years than I ever have. I surrounded myself with like-minded individuals that has enhanced this growth. This is stated in Proverbs 27:17, "Iron sharpens iron as one man sharpens another." Even when your time at Union is up, your spirituality journey does not end. If I was to give you a piece of advice, it would be what Jesus said in Matthew 7:7-8. "Ask, and it shall be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door shall be opened to you. And for anyone that asks will receive." Thank you.
So, graduating seniors, your journey at Union may be varied, and some commenced in the shadow of a global pandemic, and while others might remember their initial pledge during a convocation or a chapel gathering during Welcome Weekend, but regardless of how you have started, our commitment here at Union has been to embody and to foster the core values of Union. We strive, though sometimes imperfectly, to integrate these into every aspect of our lives. And while academic rigor is important at Union, you, our students, are the heart of our mission. And so we take immense pride in your academic and personal growth during your time here. And as we gather this evening and tomorrow morning to complete the circle, this evening you will be passing on your circle's medallion to someone who has been your pillar of support and inspiration throughout your college life, someone who has embodied and lived these core values. And so this act of giving represents not just your personal gratitude, but also that of the entire Union community. And so I say to the recipients of these medallions, you're honored this evening for your unwavering support and your love. And so may the exchange of these medallions be a blessed transaction of gratitude and affection. God bless this moment of giving and receiving. Our first medallion is given by Skylar Ray Carnes to Cherokee Bowling. Chris Thomas to Tori Doyle. Carlos Sanz Barosa to James Becknell. William Webb to Ronald Benedict, and Tim McKay will be accepting on his behalf. Shelby Easton to Dr. Larry Inkster. David Painter to Stephanie Smith. Ethan White to his mother, Nicola White. Candace Michelle Messer to Dr. Katie Flynn, and Ilya Vasilescu will be accepting on her behalf. Josie McCarg to Ryan Sargent Payne. Jessica Rodriguez to Gabriela Rodriguez. Mackenzie Herman to David Powell. Cassidy Pennington to Coach Lisa Napier. No? Okay. Jelani Mitchell to Robin Hamilton. Anton Mazga to Tim McKay. Taryn Mills to Christine Marley, and Rachel Williams will be accepting on her behalf. Hayden Urig to Robin Hamilton. Sydney Miracle to Wanda Carol Klaus. Virginia Wagers to her mother, Georgia Wagers. Cooper Collins to Ryan Sargent Payne. Macy Yother to Ryan Sargent Payne. Maggie Heinrich to Jeffrey Kaywood. Michael Dixon to Tom Doyle. been a small glitch, so I'm going to, I didn't know we had someone still waiting back here, so we're going to put a little bit of a stop here. Malik McAlpine to Dr. Jamie Kilburn. Paulo Carballeda to Christopher Gibson. Jay Falls to Stephanie Smith. Hannah Johnson to Dr. Larry Inkster. Rachel Flack to Robert Dunaway. Wyatt Rutgerson to Tori Doyle. Blake Hurst to Joseph Pearson. Jonathan Mills to Mrs. Klaus. I'm assuming Mrs. Carol Klaus. Zachary Nepagoda to Dr. Joseph Pearson. Andre Villegas to Dr. Stella Roskowski. Tabitha Jordan to Chris Gibson. Augusto Salamao to Dr. Larry Inkster. Leah Cole to Tiffany Moore. Taylor Wissenant to Dr. Larry Inkster. Haley Brock to Stephen Weckman. Mackenzie Himes to Stephanie Smith. Clara Uphoff to Dr. Larry Inkster. Carter Finley to Chris Lewis. Jackson Holcomb to Bridget Burgel. Madison Cox to Bridget Burgel. Lillian Bianca to Patricia Dos Santos. Dalton Kotmer to Chris Lewis. Sammy Serrano to Dr. Jimmy Dean Smith. Carlos Soto to Coach Lewis. Amber Thomason to Sherry Thomason. Justin Hooks to Linda Frazier. Zach Young to Russell Sisson. Walker Russell to J.B. Donahue. Morgan Blakely to Dr. Virginia Gandy. Elania Cato to Shane Confer, and Jill Teague will be accepting on his behalf. Cole Finch to Dr. Fidelis Achinjong. De'Aaron Robinson to Dr. Christine Marley, and Rachel Williams will be accepting on her behalf. Paul Maxwell, but Paul is going to have to tell us who he is giving it to because we've had another glitch. I can't hear. Tori Doyle. Deontay Douglas to Rachel Gaynor, and Jill Teague will be accepting on her behalf. And that was our final medallion presentation. Let's hear it for all of our And so as we conclude this baccalaureate, let us carry the strength of the Spirit that has shepherded these graduating seniors through their challenges and triumphs, and may this celebration stand as a testament to God's fidelity, faithfulness, and our enduring thanks. Let us stand and let us pray. O loving God, moving ahead, we ask that you would fortify these graduating seniors to pursue paths of deep fulfillment and service. Lead them to discover their vocations in the sacred act of giving themselves for the greater good in love. O compassionate one, embrace our prayers for these young scholars. May this ceremony bless each soul present, and may it embolden our collective journey forward. God bless Union. Amen.
Amen.